Good to see Jojo. Good. Hello, hello. It is 10 o'clock. It's time for Twitter Scope. There we go. And can you see that? Okay, that's better. All right, real quick. This is going to be a short one today because I'm actually getting ready for my son's lacrosse team's coming over for breakfast. So Twitter Scope. Who the heck is this crazy lady? Dawn Carter. I'm at decart on the socials. Twitter Scope, 5-minute Twitter tips that we do every single day to help push back the veil of ignorance that surrounds Twitter, whether you're using it for business, to grow your business, connect with prospects, whatever. You can catch all the replays at catch.me/decart. Go ahead and share this out. Swipe right on an iPhone and swipe up on an Android if you'd like. Hey, thanks, Jojo, for sharing that. I appreciate it. Today, we are going to go over a couple principles. On the weekends, typically, I go over Twitter etiquette. So etiquette can mean things not to do, but it can also be things to do. So Twitter etiquette on the weekends. What we're going to talk about today on episode 46, I can't believe we're up to episode 46, is what does engagement look like? And what I want you to do is take a look. Imagine this. Imagine you take your Twitter stream, all the updates that you ever send out. Imagine you pour your last 6 months of tweets into a big spreadsheet. Just imagine this. Just go with me. When you take a look at the content of what you're posting out, these are the principles I want you to kind of judge and kind of take a look at. What is it that I'm posting out? What is it that hey, creativeness, thanks for sharing that out. So I'm going to share a couple principles, just 5 principles to keep in mind. And why am I doing this? Because number one, when someone follows me and I'm making a decision whether or not to follow them back on Twitter, what do? I look at their profile and I also look back at their tweet streams because I want to say, is this someone that I want to follow? Is this someone that gets Twitter? Is this someone who's engaging? So that's why I want you to analyze your tweet stream basically in your mind. Just go through. You don't have to really download it into an Excel spreadsheet, but for this class for newbies, hey, you're welcome. Tom, welcome. Yay, Riverside represent. Woo. So number one, first thing to keep in mind, are you interactive? This is basically you looking at your own Twitter stream asking, am I interactive? Interactive, what does that mean? Am I thanking people? Do I retweet people? Am I answering questions when people ask? Pretty sure I engaged once. Oh, well, I don't know what that means, but yeah, we don't do that either. Okay, so am I, really the big difference is, am I treating Twitter like hold music? Like, you sit on the telephone and you're waiting for something to happen and you're just getting like advertisements for the business or like a billboard reader. Twitter is an interactive medium. Don't treat it like hold music. So number one, am I interactive in my tweet stream? Number two, it's asynchronous. And that's just a fancy word that means it's not in real time. So what that means is I can send a tweet out and then someone will reply, but it's not in real time. Real time would be texting someone, right? Or at least someone who's watching their text. Asynchronous. So here's an example of asynchronous communication. What I mean by this is it is okay to, it's an okay way to communicate. It is not always in real time. You may send something out, you may post a question, you may have to answer it later, but that is okay. Number two, is your tweet stream generous? Is it generous? Are you tweeting out links to articles that have meant something to you? Are you tweeting out other people's blog posts? Are you giving answers to questions? Those are generous acts, and you want your Twitter stream to be filled with generosity. Number four, here's another one. Positive. Is it positive? No one wants to go on and look at someone else's tweet stream and see a bunch of rants, a bunch of just keep it positive. You don't need to be the big negative person. There's enough of that on the internet, right? And people start to use Twitter to just, vent, process their unprocessed stuff, whatever. Especially if you were using it for business, none of that belongs on your Twitter stream, okay? So keep it positive. Even if it's something that you want to tell people not to do, frame it in a positive way. So there we go. And the last, be consistent. If you're going over and if I'm taking a look at your Twitter stream and I'm evaluating whether or not to follow you or not, and I see that the last tweet you did was in, April of 2013, and you really haven't, and I'll take a look and it's like, oh wow, they're not really here. It's like the lights are on, but no one's home. So be consistent. Now, one caveat, if you are reactivating your Twitter account, which is what Twitter Scope is all about, Don't worry about that one, okay? So don't stress out. If you haven't been consistent, that's why Twitter Scope is here. If you have questions, use the hashtag Twitter Scope. Send them on the socials, and I will answer them. You can ask anyone who's been watching these scopes that absolutely I will answer your questions. That's where I come up with the content for these things, is you guys tell me, you know what, I never really understood about, like, what is this engagement stuff? People throw that word around. All the replays can be held, or can be watched at catch.me/decart. And that is it for my quick Twitter tips for today. At Decart is my name on the socials. I'm Dawn Carter, signing out from Riverside, California. Catch me every day at 10 a.m. Pacific time. Sometimes on weekends it gets a little goofy, but I'm going to go help work on stuff for breakfast, or actually I'm going to go work on my stuff I need to work. So I will see you guys later. Say that 3 times fast. No, I will not, Tom. I will not, because you're trying to get me to say something. Okay, I will talk to you guys later and see you on the socials. And let's, again, help push back the veil of ignorance that surrounds Twitter, one scope at a time. Thank you guys for helping me do that, and I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.